Today, I was thinking about my good friend Marek, and we went to the Museum of the Warsaw Uprising, and to say that I was touched would be a lie. To say that I was scarred would be a lie. Something went inside, right inside. And when you see the lies, you know, and I think Poland as a country has been the victim of so many lies, from Katyn, from the whole uprising when it's like, yes, we're coming, just carry on fighting and we'll be there in 5-10 minutes. And the British lied to you, the Germans lied to you, the Russians lied to you, and in the midst of it, the core and the kind of heart of Poland was kind of ripped, stabbed, like in the intelligentsia, all the people who were like the flower, right? In Scotland, we have a song called Flower of Scotland, and it's about, it has a lot to do with a similar thing. There's a lot of similarities in the way as a country, but you were dealt with in a terrible way. This song was written over 20 years ago, and this song makes more sense now than ever before. To me, maybe to you. I was in Cuba for 6 weeks, and I saw a great country. A lot of things wrong, a lot of things wrong, a lot of things right. But I started to read Che Guevara, and it was interesting. I find him a very interesting man, a very intelligent man. And he tried to balance this whole socialism and capitalism thing. He was Marxist, but he was trying to find a way to balance the capitalism. I hate corporates. I come to Poland now, and I see the changes, you know. And there are some, it's like Cuba, there are some very good changes, and there's some really bad changes, you know. The people are still the same. But Guevara, to go back, Guevara was, he made this speech in the United Nations in 1963, and he was asked by a journalist. He said, like, okay, you know, it's a dictatorship under Fidel. You know, it's a dictatorship. And he said, like, you know, you control and everything. And Guevara turned around and he says, do you think you're really free? He said, your problem in the West is like, you know, you think you're free, but in reality, you're living in an invisible box. And we are. And what happens, Guevara said in his books, he said, there will never be a revolution, when the people have the belief that democracy can change, and when the people in control, and it's the corporations, as long as they feed us the little tiny pieces that we think that we're doing better and we can change things, we will sit there and deal with it. In the reality, we live in an invisible box. This is a song that I wrote a long time ago, right, with Mickey Simmons, right? And it's about the invisible box, and it makes more sense now than I think it ever did. And we look at Libya, we look at Egypt, we look at Syria, we look at Yemen. It's coming here. In the next 5 years, suddenly, we will all wake up, and all that anger that is in all of us, because there is anger in all of you, right? And we keep it down because we think we can't do anything, right? One day, for one reason, it will probably be an environmental thing. One day, there will be another revolution. This is a song about living in an invisible box.